Yeah, I'm Brian Fleming, one of the founders at Sucker Punch, and we're the team behind InFamous Second Son for the PlayStation 4.
Speaking of the PlayStation 4, what has it been like for you guys to develop for this console?
This is maybe our fourth console we've worked on, and certainly the most straightforward from a development standpoint, which allows us to spend more of our energy working on the game and not working on the technology as much. So it's been a big plus for us. Really good platform to work on.
Can you talk about how you're implementing some of the new technology and features from the PS4 with Second Son?
Yeah. Some of it has been just straightforward, improvements across the board in terms of the way that lighting and specularity works on surfaces. But then there's other areas where, like, particle effects, and it's a really big part of Second Son, is all these amazing particles and effects that the hero can do. And that's a whole new subsystem that we really wrote from the ground up to be targeted at the PlayStation 4 hardware, and that whole system takes the work that our effects artists do, and compiles it to actually run directly in the graphics chip. So it doesn't even run on the main computer, it runs entirely in the graphics subsystem. Lets us have incredible scale, huge numbers of particles, really spectacular effects that we couldn't have done any other way.
Now, I just heard the controller making some noise. You're utilizing the speaker in there, but how else are you using the controls?
Well, I think one of the most important, kind of below the radar things that's changed is the DualShock 4 itself. We're huge believers in the work that team has done. It starts with even just the thumbsticks, the shapes, the spring tensions, the dead zones, all really vastly improved on this generation. And I think it makes for just better gaming, and it's like the core of the interaction. So it's incredibly important to make those improvements. But yeah, there's a touchpad on there, there's a speaker, and we use both of those at sort of moments where you get that sort of unique experience. We're not trying to make everything go through the touchpad. Obviously the menus go through it, but we're trying to make it so that at moments when Delson is reaching out to get his finger scanned at the checkpoint, that you reach out and scan your finger on the touchpad. We want to have those affordances, so we really look to the new input device to give us opportunities to do novel interactions for the players.
When it comes to interactions, talk a little about what's new, what you guys are showing here for Second Son.
Well, so the story of Delson Rowe and his superpowers is his ability to meet other superhumans and kind of clone some of their powers into himself. And so we've shown at length all of his abilities that are surrounding smoke prior to this, and some of those are even on the screen now. But the new one that we're talking about is his ability to drain energy from neon signs, and then he can use that to as a weapon, and he can also use it as a whole set of navigational moves, complementary but different than all the things he could do in Smoke. And we're revealing some of that here and some of it in the trailer that's coming. So it's a big set of new abilities for Delson.